Risk assessment. 1. Identify the hazards. 2. Decide who might be harmed and how. 3. Evaluate the risks and decide on precautions. 4. Record your significant findings. 5. Review your assessment and update if necessary. 1. Identify the hazards. Hazard. A hazard is something with the potential to cause harm. There may be one hazard or multiple hazards involved with a task or activity. Activities. Examples of work activity hazards include work at height, hot work, work near water, lifting, lone work, machinery and manual handling. Substances. Examples of hazardous substances and materials include cement, asbestos, wood dust, paints, chemicals, flammable liquids, gases, fuels and biological hazards. Equipment. Equipment hazards include hand tools, power tools, ladders, scaffolding, lifting equipment, mobile equipment, blades, rotating parts, DSE and electrical hazards. Environment. Examples of environmental hazards include noise, dust, sun, wind, rain, ice, services, cables, lighting, spills, access, vehicles and people. 2. Decide who might be harmed and how. Who. For each hazard, who might be harmed? This could include the people doing the work and those nearby. People. Examples of people at risk include workers, adjacent workers, employees, occupants, visitors, contractors, and members of the public. Extra needs. People with extra needs may include new workers, young workers, new and expectant mothers, migrant workers, lone workers, home workers, and people with disabilities. How? How could the people identified be harmed? Are there safety risks? Are there health risks? 3. Evaluate the risks and decide on precautions. Risk. Risk equals likelihood multiplied by severity. Likelihood is how likely harm could occur, and severity is how serious the harm could be. Risk level. Is the risk low, medium or high? You might use a 3x3 matrix, 5x5 matrix or some other measure to calculate this. Control. Decide on the precautions needed to reduce the risk. Can you get rid of the hazard? If not, how can you control the risks so that harm is unlikely? Prioritise. High risks should be given priority. Control of these risks is urgent due to the likelihood of harm and how severe the harm could be. 4. Record your significant findings. Records. Businesses of all sizes are required to carry out risk assessments. Recording it proves that you have done one and gives you a record. Law. If you have 5 or more employees, it's a legal requirement to record your risk assessment. Findings. Significant findings include the hazards, how people might be harmed by them, and what controls you have to control the risks. Suitable. Your risk assessment should show that a proper check was made and you dealt with the significant hazards to ensure the remaining risk is low. 5. Review your assessment and update if necessary. Review. Review and revision may be necessary when conditions change or based on feedback from the team completing the task. Changes. Changes could include the way you work, new technology, new equipment, and changes to regulations. Improvements. Are there improvements you still need to make? Have workers spotted a problem? Have there been accidents or near misses? Update. Review your risk assessments periodically and after changes to make sure your risk assessment stays up to date.